Live. We are controlling transmission. You must listen. Please let us control your mind. You have no choice. How's it going out there, everyone? I just wanted to talk to you about the aliens, out there in the world. The ships, the spaceships. The Pentagon is basically declassifying spaceships that they've taken video of. They're basically saying that there are other world vehicles that they own. And they're basically letting everyone know that aliens exist. It's just strange, because I think that's going to be the next phase of global domination. I think what they're going to do is now that the COVID-19 is not working like they had hoped, then they're going to take over the planet by saying that we are being invaded by aliens. That's what I feel. Now, I don't know what your take is on it. That's just an opinion, But the Pentagon is releasing, they're declassified. They're telling everybody that they can't explain it. That there are ships in the sky that pilots are seeing that they don't know what they are. They move too fast to be Earth vehicles. And, you've seen there's some video here recently of it looked like some spaceships flying past the moon. They were flying on the light side of the moon, and then they went into the darkness. But there's video around of this. And but I think that's what the next phase is going to be. It's going to be, and how they're going to do it is with holograms. They're going to use holograms to make us believe that aliens, or UFOs, or Martians, or whatever you want to call them, are invading the planet. And this way, it's not just them, trying to take over each individual country with like they're doing with the COVID. This way, they can just tell everybody, look, this is the deal. Aliens do exist. And you're gonna have to do what the fuck we tell you if you want to live. I mean, I wouldn't put it past, there being people being abducted. People that aren't cooperating, then they're going to be abducted, and people are going to be like, well, what happened to Jimmy or Bobby or Willie or Tommy or whoever the hell the fuck it is? And they're going to say, oh my God, they were abducted by aliens. If you've noticed that people have been disappearing, then we want to let you know it is possible that they were abducted by aliens. And I feel like that is going to be the next phase of global domination. All because the COVID-19 does not seem to be working. Are you listening to what I am telling you? If you have been paying attention, then you know that the Pentagon has just released evidence saying that the spaceships, they don't know where they came from or who they are. So, and they're already using holograms. I mean, they're using holograms in Las Vegas to have, Elvis shows. Even in other countries like China, they're having they got shows using holograms for like SeaWorld type shit. Where they have a big orca, Shamu looking whales and shit. There's already evidence and things going on that they're using holograms to put stuff in the sky. So, it's like that Project Blue Book. I don't know if you've heard of it, or I think that's what it's called, Project Blue Book. Let me see here. See if I can go to it. And then you can, you can see or you can hear what I'm talking about. I mean, I don't know, maybe I could show it to you. See, we're working on a shoestring budget over here, so we don't have all the fancy programs like a lot of these people do. But we are doing the best we can. Let me see. It is called, I was calling it Project Blue Book, but it is, I think that's what it's called. No, it's called Project Blue Beam. Project Blue Beam. And there are, let's see if you can hear this. Let's see if I can play this and you can hear it.
We're joined by an incredible group of leaders on the absolute cutting edge of innovation, including many CEOs from the world's most successful businesses.
Yeah, but you know, EG&G, one of the plants is on the edge of the Area 51. They're the ones manufacturing the implants that you're taking out of these abduction victims. You don't need an RF frequency plant chip to track anybody. They're not coming from outer space. They don't need that. If you're interstellar, you're transdimensional, because their technologies go way beyond that. I said, this is human.
Project Bluebeam at one time or another. Now, for those of you that don't know what Project Bluebeam is, it is a military project working with the hidden hand, the dark government, the deep state, the elites, whatever you want to call them.
Illuminati.
Where they will use holographic projectors along with voice-to-skull technology.
When you're so tied into these technologies, you're not really seeing what's going on in the real world. All the things that are going on today, like surveillance, hacking of phones.
The intelligence community, what I discovered was amazing. There has been a plan in existence since about 1917 to create an artificial extraterrestrial threat to this Earth in order to create a one-world totalitarian socialist government.
Of Project Bluebeam. Project Bluebeam is a top-secret operation of the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, NASA for short, of the United States.
See, Project Bluebeam has been around for a while, but they just haven't figured out how they're going to implement it. And I think with them releasing, this alien footage, or I say alien footage, but it's UFO footage. They're telling people that there are ships out there that they don't know what they are. It's just a start. It's just the start of global domination. But see, and I will post this video to here, once I get this all done, I'll figure it out, or I'll give you a link to it or whatever. I'll post it on my page or whatever, and you can watch it for yourself. But I feel like that's the next step. It's going to be, they're going to tell us that the aliens or, UFOs, Martians or whatever are taking over the fucking planet. And we're going to have to do what the fuck they say, and then you're going to have these big organizations, kind of like the WHO, these global, the UN, these global government agencies are going to be in charge. They're going to have martial law. They're going to, try to restrict us from doing all these things. It'd be easy to do. I mean, with the technology that they have. I mean, there's technology that we don't even have a clue that they have. And it's not like we can touch the aliens. I mean, there'd be a flying saucer in the air, and we're going to be, holy shit, it's a fucking flying saucer. Do you believe this shit? Are you looking at this shit? And I mean, we're going to be looking at it, and we're going to be going, dude, this is some crazy shit. But is it really there? Is it something that's really fucking there, or is it just something that we're just seeing? Because it's manipulated, it's a hologram. Even if we saw some fucking aliens on the street, how do you know they're not fucking skinny bastards in costumes? I mean, we don't even know what these aliens are going to look like. I mean, I would doubt I mean, I don't know. They might. I mean, you'd figure, maybe they will make aliens look just like we see them on TV and movies. The tall, skinny aliens with the big eyes. I mean, I don't know. Maybe, who knows? Hell, they'll probably tell us that they're walking around among us. They have the ability to, take over human bodies or something. Like movies you've seen. I mean, honestly, who the fuck knows? I mean, you don't know.
States of America. Project Bluebeam is divided into 4 steps.
See, they're saying it's divided into 4 steps. Like right now in the video, they're showing holographic whales. In China, they can fake anything. I mean, they have these like whales. It looks like fucking SeaWorld in this room. And the whales are all close to the people, and it looks real to them. But if they touch it, they just fall right through it. It doesn't exist, but it looks real.
I worked with, before his death, had developed an electronic system in 1956 that would enable someone electronically to remote view anywhere.
This was taken right up the road from me in Maine, the state of Maine. And it's an incredible rectangular moon. This right here appears to be a fake moonrise going horribly wrong. That is not a round rock in the sky.
See, it's like they're talking about a fake moonrise because they've done it. They've practiced holographic things in the sky, but they do things that we're used to seeing. So, it could be a holographic airplane or, a holographic helicopter or a holographic, moon, It could be, on a night where there's not a moon or something, or I don't know how that would work. I mean, I'm sure there's, and it's like me and most people, I don't follow astrology very much. So I figure, say it's a night where the moon's not supposed to be showing that night, and then but it shows. And I wouldn't think twice about it. I'd be like, oh, it's the moon. But half the time here in the city, you can't even see the shit anyway. So if you're not paying attention, believe me, they can do all kinds of shit.
They're just monitoring you through your laptop. All of this kind of thing. One of the big problems is that the vast majority of the population aren't complaining about it. They just get on with their lives.
The vast majority of the population aren't complaining about it. We're just going about our lives while all this shit's going on around us, and we don't even acknowledge it. We just pretend like, fuck it, it's not there, or we just don't give a fuck. Everyone's off. It's because all the news shit that's going on. We're so focused on the fucking news, we can't see the weird shit that's going on around us.
An effective political substitute for war would require alternate enemies, some of which might seem equally far-fetched in the context of the current war system. It may be, for instance, that gross pollution of the environment can eventually replace the possibility of mass destruction by nuclear weapons as the principal substitute for war.
I'll come outside to look at this because it looks like a sunray at sunset. The sun's already set, so I'm thinking it's just an unusual sunray.
And they were developed decades ago. Now, how hard is it to deploy them? Not hard. They're not used every day. They're used enough to create a groundswell of conviction that there's an alien threat. So you take that capability, combine it with man-made UFOs, combine it with disinformation in general about the subject.
See? Combine it with man-made UFOs. See, because the Pentagon's, they're basically letting people know that they have alien technology. They have spaceships that they either they're from another world. I don't know if they are, or they created them, which is probably most likely they probably created them. And I'm not saying that aliens don't exist. Believe me, I mean, we're the only. Do I feel like we're the only ones that have a planet? I mean, honestly, I think it'd be crazy to think that we're the only ones out here. So, but I feel like the government has spaceships that they could use in case they needed like real spaceships, you know, like they did a landing or something, you know. But other than that, it's going to be holographic shit in the sky that you can't touch.
And also certain chemicals. And you can launch an entire...
Step 1. The first step in the NASA Bluebeam project concerns the breakdown of all archaeological knowledge. We will see more and more hoax discoveries, where these new discoveries will finally explain to all people the error of all fundamental religious doctrines. The falsification of this information will be used to make all nations believe that the religious doctrines have been misunderstood for centuries.
That is not a normal, I mean, what is that? The top of a mushroom? You know what I'm saying? It simply looks like a glitch in the matrix. Project Bluebeam isn't working properly.
Holograms on a battlefield would be to divert the attention of the enemy to deliver propaganda.
Holographs on the
Contagion of fear
battlefield
that's based on
to make
completely
you look
man-made
over here
false events.
Advanced
shit's going
technologies
on
now,
over
and all
here.
these talks about microchips. The military started doing a lot of research into sort of implanting chips in troops, and also, you know, sort of even like cyborg technology,
implanted chips
you know,
in
integrated
troops.
into the troops as well.
Poisoning of the air and the
track
principal
the chips.
sources of food and water supply is already...
It's going to be that way. Watch. And you'll join the military and you'll have to have a chip implanted. And that chip will be there forever. They'll tell you that, you know, oh, well, you can't remove it because it's grown into your body and it'd be too hard to remove. Or, you know, you'd have to have some major surgery or something. You know, they were even talking about some blue chemical that I had read about here not too long ago that it connects, kind of like a Bluetooth type chemical. It's kind of like the dye that they put inside you when you do x-rays and stuff like that. But they're saying that this blue chemical, it basically merges with your body to where it is impossible to remove. I actually posted a story about it when I first started the Mind Carnival page. So I'll try to look it up, see if I could repost it again, or I can, you know, if anyone's interested, you know, they can look. If not, if it's not on the page, it's on my actual profile somewhere. I posted it somewhere, and I'll have to look it up again.
well advanced, and at first glance would seem promising in this respect.
See, 'cause we're
it
talking about
constitutes a
chemtrails.
threat that can be dealt with only through social organization
And how they can
political
release
power.
chemicals.
Step 2. The second step is about creating a gigantic space light show with 3D holograms and sounds, laser projections of
space
multiple
show,
holographic
holograms and light
images.
shows.
You would think holograms are science fiction. Just Google 3D hologram on YouTube.
Google 3D hologram on Google. Just Google it, and they'll show you all kinds of 3D holograms.
The UFO phenomenon, it has all the earmarks of the most successful, most sophisticated mind control operation in the history of the world, and you are ignoring it.
Step 3. The third step is a telepathic electronic two-way communication with extra low frequency, very low frequency, powerful waves which are able to reach everyone on Earth. Using H8ARP wave technology, ELF-H8ARP waves can be directly projected into the brain, causing the brain to receive messages.
See, it says they're talking about they'll zap these frequencies through the air, and they were talking about like the HARP. Have you heard of HARP? You know, it's that big thing that you can look it up, and it talks about frequencies that manipulate the weather. So they're talking about using like the HARP to emit frequencies to basically try to mind control you. You know, I don't know how it would work. I have no clue. But, I mean, you know, and I mean, all this is just, you know, I don't know if this is real. You know, I don't know if this is facts. I'm just saying, you know, before all this COVID shit started, we didn't think that any of this shit could happen. But then now, I mean, who's to say they couldn't, you know, have holographic fucking aliens in the sky? You know, maybe the holographic aliens they can do, but then the HARP shit, the mind control, you won't work, you know? They don't, you know, it's all test and trial with these people, man. They're trying to take over the world.
Powerful waves which are able to reach everyone on Earth. Using H8ARP wave technology, ELF-H8ARP waves can be directly projected into the brain, causing the brain to receive messages.
Something very frightening to make the enemy run away if you think that he will believe that what you're sending is really an angel a devil, a UFO.
Yeah, like, see,
very well.
they can manipulate you by making you see, you know, an angel or a devil or a monster or an alien. See, that's what they're talking about, aliens. You know, they can manipulate your mind with these harp waves to make you see aliens. You know? And I mean, you know, it sounds crazy. I mean, believe me, man, it sounds crazy to me. But I mean, how do we know for sure that it can't be done?
Possibly there's going to be an alien invasion. And the government knows it.
Right.
And consequently, they are trying to prepare the people.
Create the possibility in the minds of the people of the world that we are being threatened from some other species, from some other planet, and do it in a way that if anybody questions it or challenged it or wants to talk about it publicly, that they are ridiculed.
They wanted to see how the people will react if the people really thought that there was an alien invasion from another world. It was called War of the Worlds.
Step 4. Electronic universal supernatural manifestation designed to deceive will create the following illusion. Make mankind believe an alien invasion is imminent. How are they going to project the images on the sky? Well, if this is your question, then you have to get back to step 2, and research on 3D holograms.
I mean, you know, I don't know if this shit's real. I mean, who the fuck does? Anyway, that's the video that I was talking about. You know, you just don't know what this shit, what shit's fucking real and what's not these days. I mean, you know, you can't trust none of these people. If you think you can, then you're crazy. You know, they're already trying to tell us that they want us to you know, but take these mandatory vaccines, you know. And you see there's already people getting pissed off because they're thinking that, oh, well, they ain't going to take the vaccine, huh? No, they're going to do this vaccine. And, you know, it's these big pharma companies, you know, that are connected to the government that, you know, want to basically force us to take these fucking vaccines. You know, and they're already telling people that even if you get the COVID, that you can catch it again. You know, if you can get the COVID and catch it again, then how's a vaccine going to work? You know, it's like the flu. You know, they have flu vaccines, but we still got the flu. You know, I mean, it ain't going to get rid of it. So, anyway, this is just something that I was wanting to talk to y'all about. And, you know, maybe, you know, use your own mind. Believe what you want. I mean, you know, believe me, I don't want to. Believe me, I'm skeptical. I sit here and I think, man, I don't know, this shit real, man. Give me a break, man. This shit ain't fucking real. But I mean, do I really know? Do we really know? We don't know, because believe me, we didn't think this COVID shit would happen. And you know, we didn't think that. It ain't really that the COVID shit happened. It's the fact that how they're trying to control us with this COVID stuff. You know? They're trying to force us to wear masks. They're trying to force us to stay home. They're closing all these businesses. I mean, they've already fucked up a bunch of businesses. And even now, they're still trying to. A lot of them are fudging the numbers. You know, they're not telling the truth. One minute we have to have a mask. Next minute we don't. So, anyway, feel free to watch the video. Feel free to subscribe to Mind Carnival news and comedy podcast. And if you want to support the page, then keep an eye out, and I will give you a link to where you can donate and help support the page. Because, I mean, we're working on a shoestring budget here. You know, there's only a few of us that are even involved, and we're trying to get this thing rolling. So any help would be mostly appreciated, or greatly appreciated. Anyway, this is Mind Carnival. And I appreciate you coming and watching this video. So like on Facebook and on YouTube. And we also have a page on BitChute. So if you can't find a video on YouTube because they blocked it or whatever, then go to BitChute and just look up Mind Carnival, and you can find us there. Alrighty then. I appreciate you. Take care.